What up, guys? It's your boy Kevin Yee, the Farm D, aka Kevin the Refugee, and today I am going to be talking whether it's worth it to be a pharmacist or an entrepreneur, and which one is better. What up, guys? Wow, I feel like it's been forever since I had really talked to the camera and stuff. Actually, I lied. I actually vlogged last night. As you can tell, I got my Jackie Chan Jackie Chan shorts for jujitsu and stuff. But I just wanted to kind of touch base with you guys and stuff. And for y'all that don't know, I right now I'm putting pharmacy on hold just to pursue my business and whatnot. For the most part, it's going really good. But one thing I realized recently is I've been going through a lot of ups and downs, and it's kind of brutal sometimes. No lie. Um, and since I don't think I'm going to be able to edit a video today, I just thought, why the hell not? Let's just do a live stream. And one thing that I've been going through, it's very different. So when I was like a pharmacist, right? It was very everything's very set. You know exactly what you're supposed to do. It's yes, sometimes it feels like you're putting out fires in different areas, right? It's all about managing people under stressful time constraints. But yeah, man, I think that's one thing that's also really similar to being an entrepreneur, because there's so many different factors, right? So for me right now, I'm trying to create a course about investing, right? That's one thing. There's another thing where I want to focus on my marketing and getting the word out, you know? So I've been trying to do a lot more SEO, work on my website. If you haven't checked out my website, shameless plug, you should, because I put a lot of time into it recently. But just to organize it a little better, I'm still in the middle of it right now. But cool fact, if your website is not secure, if it's not SSL encrypted, then then it actually drops your SEO rate or SEO score. So what that means is when you type, let's say, Pornhub on Google, first thing that pops up on Google search is Pornhub, and that's basically SEO. It's basically how to get to the top results on Google. So yeah, fun fact. But yeah, man, I think that's one thing. Also, another thing about being in the entrepreneur world is that it's a it's pretty stressful, man. It's a different kind of stress because you're building something that you really love. For me, like I love the branding of Refugee Hustle. There's so many things I want to do with it, right? With pharmacy, you're just kind of fulfilling. You get to help a lot of different patients. You get to change people's lives on a one-on-one basis, depending on your population, depending your working conditions and shit. But I just feel with business, there's such a grander scheme, and for me, it's nothing's more rewarding than working on my business. But as far as bills and stuff, well, we'll have to see. Worst case scenario, I'll always just I can always pick up a pharmacy job later. But like I said, this is like a once in a lifetime for me to actually do what I love for once. You know, not to say I didn't love pharmacy, but there'd be a lot of days where I would just wake up and I'd be like, "What the fuck am I doing?" You know, and I just don't want to live like that. At least not right now. I can't. I just it's weird, you know. Sometimes when I think about going back into the world that I was in, I get this knot in my stomach where I just don't want to go to work. And maybe it's a first world problem, you know. I just don't want to go back to it because I remember all the stress, all the bullshit that we take as pharmacists and we take as healthcare providers. Not even only pharmacists, but even our technicians and stuff. I feel really bad about them, you know. What do you think about doing business in pharmacy? To me, okay, so this is my opinion about why. Oh, this is why I didn't do open up a pharmacy, or anything like that. It's too much. It's too high liability for me, I'm actually more conservative. I don't like to take out a lot of debt. You know, the only major debt I've ever taken out is like my pharmacy school payments and stuff. But I like really low hanging fruit. You know, of course, you have people like my friend Jenny who opened up her own pharmacy, and you got like my friend like that interview with like Track MTM where they did like a sort of a they had a MTM type of business, you know, which obviously it's probably lower cost of entry than like something like opening up a pharmacy because whenever you have inventory, it definitely makes things a lot more complicated, you know. And I think for now, like the things I'm focusing on are, you know, I first of all I don't believe in Patreon. Props to other people that do Patreon, but for me, it's just like unless I can really distinctly trade in a value for like unless I can distinctly trade in value for the money you're getting, to me it's not worth it. I don't believe like what's his name? Gary Vee always talks about give take. And to me it's just like asking for the take before you give anything out, you know? So even though I create a lot of free content, I still believe that, you know, with Patreon, the depending on how you market it, I think it's like to me, I just don't vibe with it. You know, I don't actually I don't pay for any Patreon channels or anything like that. Uh, I know what it's like being a content creator. It's sometimes really rough, dude. But I think there's better ways to go around it. Hey Kevin, you come in with us to Kung Fu. Lol. I thought this might be the best way to contact you. Also, good support, my bro. Like, share, and comment. Yes, I'm coming to Kung Fu with you. Tram Boy says, good morning. Yep, just drinking my coffee. I literally, if you can't tell, my hair's all fucked up. I just literally woke up. Um, you know, like every once in a while, you gotta, you just gotta get back to yourself. And I think for me, recently, I've been having a lot of negative thoughts. It's just like being really frustrated easily and stuff like that. And those are like the signs for me where I know I just gotta like chill out for a second. And like yesterday, my homies and friends they actually surprised me with a birthday party. When I was blowing out my candles, I was like, I gotta be a millennial with this. I was like, eh, 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 eh. That's how I blew out. That's how I blew out my candles, man. Jasmine Irwin says, "Oh, Chris, just shoot me a call. I have my phone right here too. So whenever you're here, just let me know." Do you think it's possible to work as a pharmacist and be an entrepreneur? If so, any tips? Yes, I think it's definitely possible, right? Depending what type of business. I mean, like Jenny, when she was working, she was actually building her business the whole time, right? And so it's definitely possible to do something like that. There's no doubt about it. But I have to tell you this: being in pharmacy and like doing half and half, like I don't want to say non-focused work, but doing half and half is really difficult, especially if you're in the creative realm because um, I don't know, man. There's something about pharmacy and the emotional drain it took on me where it makes it harder to create content and stuff. I have a whole like it's so crazy. I have a whole backlog of topics I want to talk about. Things like will pharmacy residency protect you from automation? Um, kind of like the one thing that most community pharmacists will never say because they're scared to get fired and shit. Like I have videos like that. They're not super controversial, but it's just like promoting that conversation, you know. Christchurch says we love our daily ghee. That's right. Eh. Happy late birthday says Tram. Actually, you know what? Funny fact. My birthday is not until next week, but I'm actually leaving for California in like 4 days. Can't believe it. It's almost I'm like leaving pretty damn soon. I really can't believe it. It's like, dude, I've been out here for 3 months. Part of me is kind of like a little scared or worried about like going back. Um, just because it's kind of like the next step of getting over my life, you know. But for me, I think it's very important, and you know, like I love my mom and stuff, but just being here just like bugs me sometimes, because I feel like I don't have autonomy in my own schedule. I can't like I always feel like I'm getting bothered and shit, and it's just frustrating sometimes. So honestly, it's time to go back. If I fail, worst case scenario, apply to more jobs, and it's not the end of the world. But I have been interviewing too, so but it makes it really hard to interview when you're over here too. So for now, I just what I'm doing right now is like I'm trying to work with a staffing agency and just like do part time instead, just so that I can have enough money, eat and stuff. Spend maybe 1 or 2 days. The rest of the time goes into back into business, which is the most important thing for me. But yeah, man. I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't know if you guys get the this feeling when I hear the word entrepreneur. I kind of cringe because it feels like everybody and their fucking grandma wants to be an entrepreneur, right? And yeah, it's so cringeworthy. So I always try to use a different word rather than entrepreneur, because it's so played out. Everybody fucking wants to be entrepreneur, entrepreneurship and stuff. It's kind of like the daily motivation type of stuff that you see on Instagram. I cringe when I read those like corny ass quotes and shit. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just like, But yeah, I think one also like back to my point too. I think another important thing about being an entrepreneur, or I used the word, one thing about starting a business or anything like that, you have a lot of times where you like for me, I've been just having a lot of self doubt in my life. So can I really do this? Why not go with what's safe? It's almost like a mind fuck of like different ideas in your head where you're just like, oh my god, like you just doubt yourself. But then you have to like pull yourself back and ask, is this real? It's almost like the easiest. Ready? You ready? Okay. The thing that I can compare it to is like pharmacy school when you're like in the grinder, and when you're in the grinder and you don't know if you're gonna graduate or not. So that's the best case scenario. But anyways, I gotta close up the stream. If this is a hot topic, leave a comment. If you're catching on the replay, I might do another thing tomorrow. But I just wanted to shoot something really small um, like before the end of today, because I'm thinking about doing about 3 to 4 videos a week, maybe on the weekends and stuff. Definitely can't do the daily vlogs anymore and stuff. But I mean, honestly, my life is not that interesting. Um, but and Tram, I will talk about that later. Maybe I'll get a guest on about NBA Farm D thing. So, anyways, guys, I will talk to you guys later. Take care. Peace. Oh fuck. Whoops.